I do have some friends as well that, for example, what to do after you're ghosted. Why does that happen?
Yep.
I mean, I could answer that, but you're the professional.
Yeah. Oh, well, why do you think?
But a lot of people still struggle with it. Okay, I think it was is obvious because something isn't right for them, or they haven't got the time, or they've seen someone else, or yeah.
That's literally it. That's literally it. It's so interesting because obviously as we've, with technology advancing and everything, there's like this new subculture of dating behaviors and stuff to do with messaging and online dating and all of that stuff. And yeah, while of course it's not nice, the most ideal is that they just communicate, just say, hey, it's been really nice getting to know you, but I really don't see this going anything further, which is difficult for some people to do because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings. So then they avoid that by just ghosting, which isn't the best way, but it's still the same message that they're just not interested.
Yeah.
And it might be because they got to know you a bit. They just thought it wasn't a good match. Maybe they did start dating someone else. I mean, I always say, until you've had the talk that you guys are exclusive, always assume that they're open to dating other people because they probably are. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's just a sign that they're not interested, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Why? What do your friends think?
So, well, it's just them. A lot of people will want that closure. Why? Where did I go wrong? What didn't they like? What ick was it? What didn't they like about me? But I think you shouldn't take it so personal. This is still a stranger that you haven't got to know yet.
Very true.
And it's just their judgment. And I'm so realistic. I'm like, it just wasn't meant to be. That person wasn't for you then. And then move on. But I know it can be a struggle for certain people.
Yeah, of course. I do have a question because I think a lot of time people are like, they do want to go, oh, like, what was it? Was it something I did? Did something go wrong? Do you think if people started asking that, do you think people would actually be honest? Like, so for example, do you think like, with your friends, right? Let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say she said something one night or did something one night that kind of made a guy go, I don't know if that's actually for me, right? Would she ask that? And if you told her, how do you think that would be received?
I think if the dating person told the one that they were dating what they didn't like about them, it could cause confrontation.
Yeah.
And not many, even I wouldn't welcome confrontation. So that would be quite difficult, and it's an accepting factor, isn't it? You need to accept it. Or if you can welcome, some people might want that constructive criticism.
Sure.
Because it is true. Like it's an event, it's a meet, it's like an interview date. So treat it business type and then just be like, thank you, and then take that on board. But then some people can overthink it, thinking, is that me? Is that problem? They've changed themselves. But it's not just because that person particularly didn't like that. But if you're comfortable in your own skin and you know that you're happy in yourself, then continue, being you. But you're right. If someone told you that, it can hurt their feelings, which I'm guilty of it. I don't. There's been people as well when you just don't fancy them. And how could you say that? That's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think you have. I think
no.
Not that you have to. I think it serves, and obviously I'm very biased because anybody who watches my content, part of what I do is I'm gonna say it in a loving way, but I'm gonna tell you the truth because that's what you need to get to where you want to be, right? That's what we all need. So I think if somebody's just like, hey, I just didn't fancy you, or hey, for example, like you're a meat eater and I'm a vegetarian, or oh, you kind of said this and it came across as a bit disrespectful for me, so I just don't think we're a match. And that's not saying, I think it's like any kind of constructive criticism, you take it, but you take it with a pinch of salt. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if somebody was coming across in a way, and thing is, guys do this with guy friends all the time. I don't know what girls are like, but guys will do this with guy friends where we'll be like, hey man, you were saying this and you were sounding a bit wild, bro. Like, just comes across in this way. I don't think that's going to help you moving forward. So you probably shouldn't indulge in doing that as much. And guys are like, oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'll think about it. But if no one tells them, all they find is that people just distance themselves from them and they have no idea why.
Yeah.
And it's only maybe 10, 15, 20 years down the line that they go, oh my goodness, it's because I've been doing this the whole time. Why didn't someone tell me that I was doing this? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's good to tell people things because then that way it could be a misunderstanding.
Could be a misunderstanding.
Especially if it's something like that, or they did, or you had an ick. But then, or you can just keep an eye on the icks and still pursue with it. But sometimes I think guys maybe be like, no, they're too busy. They can go back on the apps, go and find somebody else, go and see who's next for them. Or people who are constantly looking for that perfect person because there's so many people out there.
Yeah. Do you think more men look for the perfect woman, or more women are looking for the perfect guy?
Oh, I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you seen for you that makes you feel that guys are looking for like the perfect girl? Like, have you seen guys say something, or what do they do?
Well, I think guys might. Oh God, that doesn't sound terrible now.
No, be honest. Say it how it is.
More simple, but they're actually quite complicated. So
nah, we're simple.
It's
No, go for it.
So guys, I think would go definitely with the number one attraction.
Mhm.
And then they need to get on with that person and then see how it goes from there. But also there could be something where they're like, and I think guys are a bit more cutthroat, where women might
Really?
work on it, I think.
I
No?
don't think so. I think a lot of guys would think that women are more cutthroat. Because I think,
I think
you know,
they're looking for something, a certain type of something women are, when men it will be, if they're half attractive, it would be fine.
that's what I mean.
But I
So
think
like,
women,
you know when we said like icks?
yeah.
I hardly, not that guys don't, but we usually hear the ick from a woman to a man.
Yeah.
And usually like an ick is like something that we kind of say that it's not like a justifiable significant deal breaker, but it's a deal breaker for us, right? So it could be like, oh, he walked in and he was, wearing these trainers. That's an ick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, realistically, that's not a justifiable reason to like completely shut off a person, but it's your preference, right?
Yeah. I know people that do that. Yeah.
So now the
Yeah.
people who do that, are they more guys or girls that you know?
Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that gives the impression that I think more women are looking for like the perfect guy, whereas guys are more. I don't know how true this is. I remember seeing this survey they did, and they asked men and women the same question. They asked men, if someone gave you a woman and she was 80% of what you want, would you take that? And like 90% of men were like, my gosh, I would 100% take that. 80% of what I want, I'll take it. They asked women the same thing. If we could give you a man who was 80% of what you want, would you take it? And over half of them said, no, I wouldn't take that because that would be settling.
Okay.
So I think there's this impression, that gives an impression, correct me if I'm wrong, but that definitely gives an impression that it feels like women are more looking for like the perfect guy that they see in their heads, as opposed to guys are like, she's got some great qualities, she's not perfect, but I'm willing to work with this because she's a decent person. Like, what do you think?
I do think that. But I also think there's that big statement
Mhm.
that us females carry with us, like that it can only get worse.
What do you mean?
So if someone's got a little bit of lazy tendencies or anything like that, later on down the line, if there's a relationship, that can only get worse. Or if they're a bit of a moany person, that's going to get worse as you go along. So nothing's going to get better with the other way around. So you've got to see if you can work with it. Yes.
I see. I do think definitely there are, this sounds very unromantic, but I think there are choices and trade-offs, right? So in the sense of, so you said you're quite busy. So let's say a guy took an interest in you and he was like, oh, I really like Zara, I think she's great. I want to see if there's something here. But he's like, okay, she's very busy. Would it be fair for him to go, okay, she's just, the time that she has now, like she's never going to have more time. Like her busyness is only going to get worse. Would that be fair for him to say?
No, because that busyness is work and how you're busy, which will always change. That's a changing factor.
That's true. That's a variable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was, say, for example, I don't know, going bald, it's going to get worse. I don't know. No,
Hey, we all lose our looks at some point.
Yeah. Or had a bad trait in me or something, or was always, I don't know, doing something which is, I don't know, I'm trying to think something. I don't know, terrible driver. It's going to get worse. Could they cope with that? They're going to have to
Could get better.
rethink things. No.
Could get better. I do get you. I think we do have to go, okay, this is something about this person that maybe isn't what I prefer, but am I willing to accept it?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the real question, because I guess it depends what other qualities they have.
Yes.
Have you ever ended dating things with a guy because there's something about him that really just put you off? Something about his character? Have you?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to say the guy, but can you tell us what it was?
Oh,
And would you tell him if he asked you?
it depends what their character's like.
Okay.
If I knew it's going to really hurt them, no, and probably no. No. So,
What was it?
but I'm quite forgiving.
Mhm.
But I have finished with someone when the list of icks was ridiculous. I'm talking about as long as my arm,
Like
lots
what?
of things,
What
and they
was
just
it?
kept happening. And when I kept seeing them, it's more and more. So I don't know if I can, because
You
I
have
don't
to
know who
tell
will
us.
listen
You have
to
to tell us
this.
some of them. Tell us some
I've
of
got a
them.
public profile. Someone's going to watch this and be like, "Oh, it's me."
You might not. Hey, you're not saying any names, but give us some of the list of this icks. Help the guys out.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, one ick, which is very minor, and it can probably relate. So, say you've had you've gone out for dinner and you've got a male waiter, and they've been completely kind to both parties throughout the way, over and above, things like that.
Yep.
And then it's come to the bill, and then your date's wants to pay, which is perfect, but they haven't put a tip on for the waiter, or have just put a really low one, or just put the lowest amount that you can ever think. And I just think, oh, that's an ick, because it's like, oh,
We're not giving a significant
you need
tip.
to at least do the 15% or something. But when it's like a cringe tip where it's just like £1 or something, and you're like, oh, just don't. So
Was that in the UK?
Yeah.
But tipping's not really that big here, though.
I know. So that's a minor.
Is that an ick? Is that an ick for you, Zara? Like every time you go out for a restaurant with your girlfriends, do you always tip?
Exceptional service. Yeah. If you've had exceptional service and they've made you feel nice, you've had the experience and they've gone over and above, and you just think, and you've had a really nice time.
Yeah.
They've created that really nice time for your date.
Yeah.
Just, it's nice. I don't know what it is. It's something nice about guys being, they tip well to who's looked after them, because it looks like, oh, thank you, you've looked after me for this girl. And
I get that.
It's quite charming.
I get that. I mean, I get how the generosity is attractive. I guess. Well, that's why I asked, was it somewhere else? I think in the States, it's if you don't tip, that's like a really big statement.
Yes.
But here, I guess depending where you were, people don't really expect it. So what I mean is, he might not have. Was he British? Or
yes.
Yeah, I can't even think about, because I don't. But usually they add the service charge anyway, don't they?
I guess so.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.